Now, a hip-hop news break with Chuck Taylor.
Hello, I'm Chuck Taylor. Today in the news, bum stickety bum, I like to rap a pum. With your fee-fi, your faux diddly-dum, here I come with a 1, 2, buckle my, shoe, yabba-doo, hippity-hoo, skippity-scabble-scoop.
So often we are compelled by the conditions and the environment we live in to look at things in a fantasy manner, a fantastic way, rather than from the viewpoint of reality. The object of the whole African-centered movement in bringing forth accurate information, not only in terms of history, but every other field of discipline, is to be certain that we as a people are able to be confronted with and be made to deal with and to have the tools, the powerful weapons of reality.
To get his book published. He is a guard at the Bureau of Engraving in the District of Columbia. This gentleman said back in 1956 that he thought that racism was about people who classify themselves as white maintaining control and domination over the people that they classified as non-white. And when I heard him say this around 1967, a light bulb turned on in my head. It just clicked. That's it. Prior to that time, I considered myself to be a Marxist, and I was looking at racism as a byproduct of economic activity. But as I attempted to use Marx's definition, it wasn't producing the answers that I needed. And at that point in time, I was training to become a psychiatrist. And I wanted to have some answers so that I could help black people solve their mental health problems. But as I attempted to use Marx's concept, I wasn't really getting the traction that I needed to solve these problems as a physician. And so I heard this gentleman one day start talking about a book he had been working on, and he said, no, that you have a system of white supremacy, and that is about people who classify themselves as white. Okay. So Fuller said that this system, that white supremacy was a system, and that, listen to this, that this system functioned in the area of economics. This system functioned in the area of education. This system functioned in the area of entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. Are you all with me? Yeah. Do you see the difference? Marx was saying that this was causing this. And Fuller said, no, we have a global system of white supremacy that carries out activity in economics, education, entertainment, labor law, politics, meaning all the areas of people activity. So then Francis Welsing comes along and she said, why? Why indeed would these people set up such a system? And the question why is a very important question in psychiatric medicine. The question why is a very important question for the brain-computer period, and that's why anybody who knows a little 2-year-old or 18-month-old, or, probably 2, and they keep saying, why? Why, Mommy? Why? Because this is the question that turns the brain-computer on. It is a question about cause and effect. You see? What is happening so that the brain can say, oh, okay, I've got it now. Now I can understand, and I can move from there to understand many other things. So I said, why would these people do this? And then my education starting at Douglas Elementary School, Wyndham Phillips High School, Antioch College, Howard Medical School, okay, classmates or whatever, that all of this came together once I raised this question, because this question just said, brain computer, go to work on this problem. And so I was standing in my kitchen, as a matter of fact, doing dishes or cooking, and the brain computer came with the printout. And the printout was this, that here we are on this planet Earth. 1/10 of the people have white skin. 9/10 of the people are black, brown, red, and yellow. One of the things that the 1/10 would say is that the 9/10, particularly the black people, were genetically inferior. How many people have heard that? Everybody. So I also understood in training as a psychiatrist, when somebody is pointing, something's wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you, that the behavioral scientist knows that the finger that is pointing at somebody else has 3 fingers that are pointing at them. And so I also thought about that, and I said, oh wow. These people are telling us that we are genetically inferior, but the same people are genetic recessive.
Please, wait, Dolly Potter, it cannot be right all this time.
Even if you have not studied formal genetics, everybody in this room, every black person is a scholar in genetics.
Painstaking genetic manipulation.
Because all black people know, don't marry anybody darker than yourself.
Painstaking genetic manipulation. I have created a whole ecosystem of white creatures and people.
You see, that's genetic knowledge under white supremacy, because black people didn't like their color and were trying to get away from this very powerful and dominant color.
Good God!